And now we shall be crossing over to Embakasi Garrison, where earlier on President William Ruto presided over the East Africa Community Regional Force flag handover. At the moment, it is Defense Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale speaking. Let's listen in.
Principal Secretary, Minister of Foreign Affairs, who is also Kenya's special envoy to ESC Regional Force to DRC, so that he can give details, and thereafter we will give you a few minutes so that you can fill your questions, or if there is any clarification that you may need from us. Yes, sir.
Thank you, and I think most of the event has taken place. The Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces and the President has done the inaugural departure of the team of the Kenya Defense Forces that will be part of the East Africa Regional Force to DRC. So everything has been done, and we need just to see if you guys have any question or queries. If it's an operational matter, the CDF will speak to it. If it is a diplomatic question, the PS Foreign Affairs will speak to it. If it is a matter of the general security and other matters, myself and our National Security Advisor, Ambassador Monica Juma, will address it. So the floor is yours. Yes.
We are very sometimes not easy to tell you numbers for obvious reasons, because the moment you say how many you are, then somebody who is waiting for you will know how to counter you. So for now, let's not talk about numbers, but let's talk about capabilities. We have the right capability to do the job. We will be going to Goma to start with, and then from there, as you know, the force headquarters under the leadership of Major General Nyaga is being headquartered there. It is a multinational headquarters with representation from all the countries participating. It is from there that they will plan on how to fan out into the various areas. So the first point of call would be getting themselves into the force headquarters that is based in 10 kilometers from Goma town, already established. So it's a question of populating it with staff, and for them now to decide how they want to undertake the various operations based on the mandate that they've been given by the Eastern Africa community.
Last question. There is an issue of the people within the Goma area not happy with peace mission inside that area. How will the DRC force be able to keep the calm?
I think that one we leave to the UN, because what is happening currently, we have, as you know, the UN MONUSCO, a force that is there, a mission rather, and also there is the Force Intervention Brigade, which all belong to the UN. And therefore, until we get there ourselves as East Africa Community, and remember DRC is a member of East Africa Community, we are very hopeful that they should be able to receive as well, because we are coming to help. We've never been there before as East Africa Community, so hopefully they will accept us as we get in.
Yes.
Yeah, Richard Wood from the BBC. The question is, first of all, what were the first ones to deploy Kenya in this case? Secondly is, could you just elaborate on what our interest is in this deployment? And thirdly, are we capable to succeed where others have failed, in this case, talking about the UN?
Our interest, number one, is about peace and security. Our interest, number two, is that DRC is a member of the East African community, and DRC is within our neighborhood. So it's in our interest, our national security interest, it's in our economic interest it is the interest of everybody. I think the last question is don't be pessimistic. Yeah, all of us together, the countries which are contributing troops, the UN and everybody, we want to have a stable, peaceful DRC. And wherever we go, we usually take peace. So I think now that Kenya is going, there is peace and stability at the end of the tunnel. No, we are not the first ones. Burundi is already there, and many other East African countries are there. 1 battalion of Burundi is there already.
Here. Over the weekend, there were reports that the M23 rebels, who are the main actors in this theater, had taken part of Kiwanja, which is not very far from Goma, or is on the outskirts. We're deploying our main forces at Kyiv. The victory will be around Goma. Are there any concerns that this may create a potential situation on the ground almost immediately before we settle down? And how do we intend to go about this deployment on the ground, considering that the M23 are not too far off? I know that we've had a previous deployment which was a bit quiet for intelligence purposes or whatever, but are there any concerns about this latest movement by M23 towards Goma?
All those are operational matters, and how we're going to deal with our troops will deal with when they reach Goma with the M23. I think that's the operational issues that we don't want to discuss it.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for your question. The diplomatic process is on track, as you know. We have already had 3 consultations, and we have brought in over 56 rebel groups together here in Nairobi and in the Eastern DRC. And we have seen success, as you know, because the situation in the lower Kivus and in other parts of the DRC has actually markedly improved. The challenge that we face, as you rightly point out, is in the North Kivus. And for that, we are still working very hard to ensure that we try to reach out to the M23 and to others who are aligned with them to see that we bring them to the fold so that they join the inter-Congolese dialogue to see that we create greater peace. So we are hopeful and we remain positive, as the Minister said, to make sure that the political process leads so that we create greater peace.
Can we have 2? Last one?
Last two.
Last 2. Maybe let us give our chance
Thank you so much for this reply. We'd like to know who's going to pay for this deployment and when the first troops will arrive in Goma.
Let me give you a chance.
Yes. It's a very good question. As you know, the East African heads of state made a commitment that they would seek to finance as much of this deployment as they can within their current resources. We have been working very hard to mobilize the international community to support the East African force, because the idea is not to leave this burden just on East Africa, because as you heard His Excellency the President say, this is a commitment not just to East Africa but to the region and to humanity. This has been a painful war that has been going on for 2 generations, and the international community, which has been spending billions through MONUSCO and other interventions, could just as well give some of that resource to the East African community. So the idea is to continue to reach out to the international community to get additional resources to support the East African forces.
Have they agreed to give something, and how much do you give?
And we are talking. They are engaged. Remember that we needed to get our preparations done. Our belief is that we shall be looking for a significant amount of money. That number depends on the amount of the capability that is actually deployed. So it will vary depending on the actual capability. but we are looking forward to the support through the media, actually, and through yourselves to get the word out that this is support is needed.
Let us have the last one.
Yeah, and you had the President and the Commander-in-Chief saying that he's engaging a number of key actors, the Chair of African Union, the UN Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, and a number of other countries that want to. So it's not a one-day affair. It's building up, both from the diplomatic and from a security point of view. The last one?
The last one.
That I think you can get from our communication to Parliament. We can't say exactly what's the time frame. We can give a time frame, and the players there will say, okay, fine, they're here. Can we wait, and then once they leave, we are back. So we can't give you a time frame now.
We have a task.
Yeah, but we have a task.
Yes,
we have a task, and we have a mission to accomplish peace and security.
Like how much of an effect will this have on the other missions that Kenya is participating in, say in London?
Yes.
Actually, where we've seen physical attacks in London. How much of an effect will this have on the other missions?
Well, thank you very much. As you will all know, Kenya has been engaged in a range of peacekeeping missions, peace support operations across the world. To date, I think we are standing at 46 since independence. So we have stood to be counted, and this is one of those missions where we are making our contribution as we have. So there will be no effect on the other missions. We will remain engaged in ATMIS, in other missions where we are. And so our contribution to international peace and security will remain robust as has been.
Just a quick one. The CDF saying that the one that is operating on the territory on the common border with DRC. Are there plans to bring Rwanda on board to also cross over to help with containing the fire in DRC?
I think the decision for this mission was already firmed up in the summit, and that is what is going to be guiding our operation and mission there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much.